Good evening, friends. Happy super new moon. We are in the backyard with the fire going, and we're going to stick the banner up here, and we're going to be doing our new moon ritual. We've got some cards and lots of information, and the show is meant to assist us if we are looking for new ideas for a ritual, or perhaps maybe you want to share some of your own ideas or your own things that you do. And let's just sort of have some fun with it. So here we are. I apologize for the crazy patterns that I'm wearing, channeling my inner 70s. Rosie is out here having a field day. You guys can hear her probably barking at whatever. Mark is doing his darndest to get us a good fire going, and we appreciate that. And so here we sit. So happy super full moon, super new moon, sorry, to everyone. Let's just give everyone a couple of minutes to sort of roll in so we don't have to keep sort of going over the information. It is definitely too warm here. Also, Ellen, to wear a jacket, but the mosquitoes absolutely adore me. And so she's got something in her mouth, and now Mark is chasing her. This could be entertaining in itself, is just to watch that. So anyway, I had to put the jacket on because the mosquitoes love me. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lady Silver. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Tortoise Shell Moon, Kathy. I apologize. I had a little nap after my live with Richie today, and I just sort of woke up, so I'm a little like, apologize. Anyhow, so welcome to my backyard. Welcome to my fire pit. I'm very excited because this is only the second fire pit that I've been able to have this summer because of the wildfires, and we've been on a ban. Couldn't even barbecue. So I'm very excited to be out here. So here we go, friends. Let's get started, shall we? There's Rosie in all of her glory. Rosie? It's like Mummy Who. Good job, dear.
Come here. Rosie, come here.
She's not going to come near the fire.
Come here. Come on. Come
Oh, wow. Really, Kathy? Where are you at, love?
Here. Here. Come see Mama.
Do you want to take her inside? Or are you going to stay over here with her?
No,
Do you mind grabbing me a drink? I would be most grateful.
Here.
Flipping mosquitoes. You know what? I say go for it. Thank you for putting your smoke in front of the camera. That's great. Okay, so here we go, friends. Whatever. She's full of pollen. Why not? She's soaking wet. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everyone. Look at me. I'm all dirty. And I'm hot. Hey, say hi. Happy super moon. Okay. I know, sweetheart. You need a brush because you've got pollen all over you now.
Oh, dust her off.
Go with Daddy. Oh. Okay, so here we go, friends. I've got a whack load of information for you in terms of the new moon, and we will pull some cards, but I just want to go over some stuff. So as we know, this is a new moon, and it is a super new moon. That means that the power is sort of intensified, if you will. And I have compiled a bunch of notes, so I'm going to read from my notes. So if someone pops into the chat and I don't acknowledge you, it's because I'm looking at my email and not looking at the screen. So I'm sorry about that. So the new moon. Well, what is the new moon? Let's start with that. Well, the new moon is one of the many moon phases, specifically the one where the moon and the sun align. The sun shines behind the moon, blocking us from its view. The new moon marks the beginning of a new lunar cycle and often brings with it an array of new beginnings. This leaves the new moons feeling like a particularly ideal time for some self-reflection, perhaps course correction, and goal setting. So what's special about this new moon? Well, this new moon is a supermoon, as I mentioned. It is in the sign of Leo. It will pretty much be about the opportunity to grow into our most confident and courageous self. And there's nothing wrong with that, friends. It will reach its peak illumination at 9:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so this morning. But the energy lasts for about 3 days after a new moon. So don't fret if you haven't done anything in terms of, setting intentions or manifesting or journaling or releasing. All of that is possible still. This particular new moon, because it's in Leo, is a time to shine, to be our most authentic self. It's about planting the seeds to becoming the brightest version of ourselves. A Leo knows that the only way forward is through the heart. And this particular new moon is all about tapping into all of that, all of the feels. As a Leo, we know that they are fun-loving and they rule all things related to the heart, like love and romance and creativity and your passions. Could you bring me one of my notebooks and a pen or a marker? Thank you. Sorry. That said, because it's Leo season, which will last, of course, from July 22nd to August 23rd, we can connect with our inner child, which just offers us a different sort of perspective on how we might go about obtaining our goals or creating our intentions or manifesting our dreams. Gives us another sort of channel to visit, if you will. It is an opportunity to put on your shield of armor. Oftentimes, Leos are referred to as these big, bold, larger-than-life beings. But really what we are is all about the heart. And the suit of armor is the rib cage that encompasses and protects and embraces the heart. So we can put on that suit of armor and allow that to sort of help us face any adversity that may come our way. Leo also is all about pleasure. And this new moon in Leo is a great time to sort of let yourself dabble in your heart's desires and your passions. So in other words, get lost in your favorite hobby or just thinking about a new hobby that you have always wanted to try. The best use of this energy is to acknowledge where your authentic needs may not have been met in the past. This is a moment to reflect on what lights us up and to put plans into place to bring more of that energy towards us. So, let me go back over here. Hi, everybody that's popping in, and I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you. I was on the other screen reading my notes, so I apologize if I didn't say hi to everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Hershey. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Jan's Free. So, now, this is where it gets fun, friends. Well, I say it gets fun. So, let's set some intentions together. So, what are intentions? Intentions are clear, concise, and as specific as we can make them. We want to use the moon in Leo to tap into some of those Leo qualities on this particular new moon. Confidence, creativity, inner child. Those are some great qualities of being a Leo that allows you to be passionate and carefree, right? And remember what I said about that suit of armor to protect you. What is an example of a good intention? I embrace my ability to create anything I want in this life is an example of a good intention. There's no timeline in it. It's very positive. It's uplifting. And it is something that you could add on to as you navigate that journey. Another example is, I intend to make my wishes come true. I personally love that one. So let's set some intentions. I've got my notebook, and I want to set some intentions. So, super new moon, August 16th. Intentions. Hi, Nancy Riker. Okay. I think that my first personal intention is that, well, it revolves around me tapping into that more fun side of myself. When anxiety sort of, knocked on my door, I feel that it sort of hijacked my ability to be spontaneous and to have fun, to be carefree, as they say. And I would like to do that more. I would like to just bust out in laughter if I feel the need to do so. I would like to be able to dance around the living room more if the music was right. And so I think my first intention is to do something with embracing the spontaneity. Let's try that. I'm interested to know if you would like to share what is something that you would like to do in terms of setting an intention for yourself. So I intend to create more fun by embracing spontaneity. Hi, Celtics here. What is an intention that I have for my channel, for example? Yes, I love that, Lady Silver. And hi, Liz, and I love that as well. Those are excellent, excellent intentions. The intention that I have for my channel is that I want this to be a place of information, of love, of support, of caring and sharing. A place where we can connect and feel safe, feel inspired, feel motivated. And so I think that my intention is to maintain a space of authenticity and generosity and to always come with my best foot forward. Oh, I like that, Tracy. I intend to maintain my authenticity Okay, so now that we've set our intentions, what's next? Now, I want everyone to know that no matter what your rituals are, maybe you don't have any, maybe you have a whole bunch. The whole idea why we're doing this is to share some information to help you feel like you are more in control of navigating your journey. To provide you with some information and hopefully just to have a little bit of fun. So, after we set some intentions, we're going to do a little bit of reflecting. We can take it a step further and we can manifest that in terms of this is what I want, this is the intention, this is the goal. Where do I see myself going with that? How far can I take it? How detailed can I get? Really embrace the idea of whatever your intention is. So let's take Tracy, for example. Tracy wants to embrace a healthy lifestyle. So maybe Tracy's going to create a vision board for herself with different pictures that speak to her regarding a healthy lifestyle, whether that be food or exercise or maybe a great sleep hygiene routine or, going on vacation or, spending time in nature, whatever that might be, whatever speaks to her, whatever helps her see herself in that reality, right? You can journal about your intentions that you're setting in a way of like almost telling a story where you are putting yourself in the story step by step as you go towards your future, and you are really embracing the details, right? Because you're putting yourself in that position and putting that out to the universe. Yeah. Thank you, Celtics here. Appreciate you, my friend. Sonia says, I intend to keep eating for my best and let 30 more go, straighten up my place, and share with growing love, prayers, and spirituality. Love that. Beautiful. Kathy says, I'm starting a new job and have a terrible case of imposter syndrome driven by self-sabotage, so I intend to believe in myself and embrace my potential. Good for you. Congratulations on the new job. And that's awesome. I so appreciate your willingness to share that because sometimes it's not always easy, right? Hi, Pierrette. So, we can journal about our thoughts, our intentions, our goals, and how we see them sort of playing out in the future. We can create a vision board. Maybe you do positive affirmations and put them around the house to keep the core of the intention at the forefront of your thoughts, right? It is sort of like a constant reminder that this is where you want to be. This is where you plan on landing, if you will. Okay? This is excellent. I love it, you guys. Hi, Beverly. Good to see you, my friend. I intend to be more careful with my diet. Good for you, Ellen. Okay. So, let's just say I said, I intend to create more fun by embracing spontaneity. And then for my channel, I said that I intend to maintain my authenticity and my generosity via this connection that we have and maintaining a supportive position within this community. It's just a really, really long-winded intention. So now that I've said that, I want to sit and I want to ground. And I want to think about nothing else other than that thought. So I've journaled. I can see myself, 6 months down the road, sitting out in the bonfire in the middle of the winter. No, kidding. You know what I mean, right? And now I want to really be at one with that thought, with that intention, with that vision, with that vibration. So we're going to either put our feet on the floor or grab onto a hematite or a smoky quartz. We're going to put our hands in the earth, our feet on the earth, our hands on the bark of a tree. We're going to ground in some way. And we're going to just sort of bring our breathing to a very regular sort of rhythm. And we're going to just think about that intention. Think about ourselves in that moment. Think about how that moment feels for us. And I just want you to feel it. I want you to embrace it. So whatever your intention is, just for a couple of minutes, hold on to it. Embrace it. Feel it. And allow yourself to be lifted by it. By the possibility, by the opportunity that this is yours for the asking, yours for the taking, yours for the doing, right? Let's try it. And if other thoughts come in, that's okay. Don't be like, oh, stop. I'm not supposed to be thinking anything but my intention. It's totally okay. Imagine a really beautifully colored box and your favorite colors and your favorite patterns. And when that thought comes into your mind and tries to hijack your moment with your intention, acknowledge the thought and put it in a box. You can always go back to it later. And just sit in the intention. Feel how it's going to feel. Get excited, get inspired, get motivated. Because you can see yourself in this new spot, in this new light, in this new vibration. And you almost can't wait to get started. This is something that you want. This is something that it speaks to you. You feel it. Which is great, because if you think it and you feel it and you speak it and you embrace it, chances are you are going to do everything in your power to maintain your pace and your space to get to that level, to get to that point, to get to that destination. Okay. So now that we have done that, we have been alone with our thought, and we have solidified in our mind that this is actually what we want to do. We've set our intention, we've manifested our intention, we've sort of meditated on it, if you will. Really, Sonia? That's awesome. I love it. Hi, Twisted Sushi. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hi, Karen. So now that we've done that, is there anything that's holding us back from reaching that intention? Is there anything from the past, any kind of toxic behavior, toxic situation, past hurt, past wound, bad relationship, people that don't believe in you, whatever it might be? Is there any of that needs to be released? Is there anything negative holding on to you? And we're going to get out our sheet of paper and we're going to write down, and then we're going to toss it in the fire. So this, as you may or may not know, today is the anniversary date of my father's passing. And as most of you know, I don't often talk about my dad here on this channel. I talk an awful lot about my mom, not about my dad, not because I didn't love my dad, but we had a very difficult roller coaster-like relationship in the end. And I'm sharing this with you because this is part of my release that I'm doing tonight. I believe that part of the reason why I cannot embrace spontaneity and why it is so important for me to be authentic to the point of oversharing sometimes is because of this particular thing that I'm about to share. So I'm not sharing this because I want anyone to feel sorry for me. There is a specific purpose intended for tonight, and I'm sharing this with all of you so that you get the idea of what we're trying to do here. Okay? So the day after my mother passed away, I tried to make a phone call. Sorry. I don't know if that's a sign from Spirit saying don't share, or go ahead, Kelly, do it. The day after my mother died, I tried to call my father to tell my father that my mother had passed. My parents were divorced, and I couldn't do it. I didn't know how I was going to form a sentence, never mind be able to share that with him. And I chickened out and hung up the phone. And I called my father's brother, my uncle, and I said, I need to tell my dad that my mom had passed. And he said, it's okay, honey, I'll do it for you. And I was most grateful. And he said, but you need to know something. And I said, what was that? And he said, your father's terminal. I thought that was the hardest thing I was going to have to deal with. But it wasn't. My father, in his infinite wisdom, decided that he was upset with us for not sharing with him that our mother was sick, even though she made us promise not to tell him, which is why we did not share. And he refused to speak to us from March 27th until August 14th. Never in my wildest imagination did I think that my father would never have my back if I needed him. If I truly needed him, that he would let me down. Never in my wildest thoughts did I ever think that my father's feelings would supersede mine or my sister's. So a visit happened in August. And it was just a couple of days after my birthday, and I was at my uncle's house where my dad was with his wife and my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. Nobody acknowledged my birthday. Nobody said anything to me about my mom. I felt like a complete stranger in a crowded room with familiar faces. I can say to you that in my 58 years of living, I have never experienced that feeling before, and I hope I never do again. It felt disgusting. And I remember standing in the kitchen of my uncle's house, and the tears coming down my face, and my aunt came around the corner and said, "What is wrong?" And I said, I don't know who anybody here is. And she just looked at me like, "What do you mean?" And I said, like, it's as if I'm a fly on the wall and they can't see me. I mean, they can see me, right? You can see me. I'm standing right here. I mean, I have never been so hurt in my life. Never, 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 never. I hold myself to such a high standard because I'm constantly seeking approval. And I think, tying into what we're talking about the intentions that I set, that my reason for trying to be authentic and my reason for not being able to let loose or have fun, be spontaneous, is because I am too worried about what other people will think, too worried about the criticism or the judgments. And gosh knows, I mean, I'm sure that we all can say that we've had our fair share of that, right? And so I need to release that negativity and the hold that that has on me in order for me to be able to even consider this intention to be possible. So here we go. I'm going to write that down. Don't know if I should be alarmed or not. My husband has left me. He did not turn the light on and the fire's dying. Okay. And I just heard a sound on the side of the house, which has me slightly concerned. All right. Now, because I shared that with you, I will share what I wrote. It is not necessarily personal. It is just more of a mission statement. And when we do this, what we're doing is we are putting action to our intention. Honey, can you check out the noise that happened at the side of the house?
What?
Can you check out the noise that happened at the side of the house, please? Because I don't need any visitors. Meaning the skunks, like the other, I think it was last night, a skunk spray. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Rosie. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. Oh, careful. Goodness gracious. Okay, here we go. I release the negativity and toxic cold that my need for constant approval has over me. I am a kind... Mark, really?
I'm working on it. We're going to get one of you at a time. Hey!
All right, friends, say it with me. SHIT show is what's happening here.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
I am a kind, good-hearted person who should not have to be anything other than my authentic self 100% of the time. I release this burden and pain from myself, and I invite my light to be illuminated, to shine bright for all to see. I know not what she barks about. And so now I'm going to turn around, I'm going to toss this in the fire, and I'm going to say a little prayer that's private. And although you don't have to do this that I'm doing, and it doesn't ever have to just be done for a new moon or a full moon, I will tell you that the impact, that you will feel it almost immediately. It is very effective. And so I highly encourage anyone who is holding on to stuff that needs to forgive or release or unburden themselves for a particular reason or for no reason whatsoever. It is really, really, really effective. So give that a shot. So here we go. Yeah, maybe. Thank you. Holy moly. Sorry. So let me just go back up in the chat here for a little bit. And so be it. Thank you, Charlie. And hello, by the way. All right. Hi, everybody who's popping in. And I'm so sorry that I didn't say hi to everyone. If I missed you, I do apologize. Yes, it was Mom calling. Yes, thank you so much, dear. Liz says, I intend not to allow myself to halter on moving forward. Good for you, Liz. Kathy says, I'm sorry you had to go through that, Kelly. That sounds devastating. You're brave and strong to share that. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. I love that. Twisted Sushi, we got this. Absolutely, my friend, we do. We are worthy regardless of any outside influence. I love that. Well said. Lady Silver says, I made it through the rain and I got my life together. 100%. Yes, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Sonia says, oh, wow, yes, I was barred from hospital to see my stepfather for no good reason by family. So upset. It went in the middle of the night. I wanted to see my dad. They said he'd been moved, doing better then. I'm so sorry. I also had that experience with my mother. Liz says, I am releasing being and acting a victim. Hi, Jen. Lady Silver says, sorry, I'm taking notes, but I'm glad to see you all. I love that you're taking notes, Lady Silver. Tracy says, throughout my life until my 40s, I used to care what others thought, and it was important that everyone liked me. Now I don't care what anyone thinks, and it is so freeing, 100%. Sonia says, then went to that floor. They said, no, he's not here. They looked in the computer and said that he expired. Went with my oldest daughter, and in the elevator flipped a lid. Loved him very much. I released this. Oh, Sonia, blessings to you, my friend. That is so brave of you. It is so courageous of you to share that, first of all. And I really hope that you feel all of the love and all of the support in the chat. Because I think that I can speak for everyone that we hope that you feel that burden lifted off of you. Kathy says, I was told by my now ex-husband almost every day of my marriage that I was worthless and useless, and I believed it. This is where my lack of confidence comes from. I'd like that to go in the fire. I can relate to that as well. My ex-husband used to call me, my pet name was Fat Ugly Bitch. That was my pet name. You know how like some people are Honey and Deer? That was my pet name. So I can relate to that. Linda says, do you just burn what you are releasing, or do you burn intentions and releasing? I just burn the releasing part. I don't burn my intentions. Sonia says, thank you, Kelly, for having a space for us here. Absolutely. Hi, Jess. Good to see you. Ellen says, thank you for the ceremony and sharing, Kelly. Good night, all. And that sounds familiar. Okay, so now here we are as we keep going. So a couple of different things that we can do in terms of like rituals, right? So you've released it, and that pretty much is the end of your new moon sort of ritual. But there's lots of other things you can do. You can charge your crystals. Under the moonlight. Make sure that you know what your crystals are made out of, because some people want to set them in water, and some crystals can't be set in water. Otherwise, they will disintegrate. But you can put them in a container, like on a window ledge, and sort of let the moonlight recharge them. You can put them on a selenite charging plate or bowl if you have it. You can set an intention with a crystal. So, for example, I have my selenite heart, and you can say that I would like to set an intention that every time I pick up this heart, I feel a particular way, or this is the feeling that I would embrace, that type of thing. But in order for this intention to work on the crystal, you have to charge it first, right? You can light a candle or bring light into any space that you're in, right? Fire, lamp, light, a salt lamp, something like, that's glowy, right? And the idea behind that is that you are you are illuminating. Let me make sure that I'm getting the words right, because I don't want to be telling you the wrong thing here. So you can so bring some light into your space, lighting a candle, because this is, they consider it's the darkest night of the month. And what it does is it allows us to sort of signal that it is time for our desires and our intentions to come to fruition, right? So we're asking the universe to shine light on us during the new moon, and then all the ones that follow it, right? Which I think is very beautiful. You can buy something new or begin something new. So, you know, a new book or a new class or just a new journal book or something of that nature. You can make a list. So it's almost like setting intentions, right? Maybe you want to magnify those intentions. So I want to start a new course. How am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to go to the community center and I'm going to sign up, and then I'm going to, I'm going to buddy up with my friend and we're going to go for a walk twice a day, or like whatever it is, right? And the whole reason why I'm sharing all this is that I want everyone to recognize and realize that new moon rituals are very personal. They're not like unique in the sense that they're specific. You can do whatever you want. It's your ritual. It's what speaks to you. It's what resonates with you. It's what motivates and inspires you. So feel totally free to change it and work with it and, manipulate it and move it around so that it makes the most sense to you. The whole purpose behind doing this is to take advantage of the power of the moon, right? Think about the moon card and the tarot. What is it doing? It is doing what? It is shining a light on the path ahead. It is showing you things that you thought were there, and it's saying you don't really need to concern yourself with that. It's not really a priority for you. And it's also showing you things that you didn't know were there and saying, hey, now hold on, maybe you need to look over there. So if you take that sort of explanation, that's what the new moon is about. That's what the setting of intentions is about. That's what the release is about, right? That's what the manifestation is about. And so now I thought, you often have a new moon bath to focus on my intentions and cleanse myself. And they say that. They say, stop at the store and get yourself the chocolate bar, get your nails painted, take a bubble bath, put your favorite movie on, get your favorite book out, and just have a night of you, right? Whatever speaks to you, whatever makes you happy. It doesn't have to be like this big thing, right? And I think that's the thing that's most important about any new moon, is that this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to set the course correction in the direction that you want, right? Maybe you just want to maintain the course that you're on, and that's fabulous. Do that. Sorry, I hit the laptop with my foot because my shoe is stuck. We're having all kinds of issues, friends. So basically what I'm trying to get to is this. It's yours for the making. You decide what is best for you. You decide how you want this to go. Harness the energy, use the energy, or don't. Totally up to yourself. But I say, if the energy is being given to you freely from the moon, take advantage of it. It can't possibly hurt, right? Hi, Cheyenne. Hi, Liz. Okay, so here we go, friends. I've got a bunch of cards out here. And I can't say that we're going to stay out here all night and do a bunch of readings. But I can say to you that what I've got is the Moonology deck, the Moonology Manifestation deck, the Spellcasting Oracle, the Energy Oracle, the Prism Oracle, and I've got my tarot cards. And I could give you guys like 1 or 2 cards each. I can't do full readings out here because I can't see properly. Number 1, and number 2, I don't want my cards all over the dirty table. Or I could do a reading for the collective. Majority wins the race. So you guys let me know what you want, and I will do it. I don't have anywhere to be anytime soon, so. Y'all let me know what you think. Sorry, I keep sitting in front of the fire so you can't see it. One or 2 cards? Okay. Dealer's choice, right? All right. Tracy, Kathy. Okay. Lady Silver, Karen, Cheyenne. Sonia. Yep. Some people set their intention or plant their intentions in the ground, and some people put the crystals in the ground, right? Like I said, it's very individual. Yeah, I got you, Lady Silver. Hi, Rose. How you doing, love? Jess wants a card. Hi, Rossi's Den. We won't start just quite yet. Make sure that everybody's got their requests in. Well, thank you, Sharon. Linda Kelser. So I just want to share this with you guys. So I did a forgiveness ceremony, one of the very first things that I said I was going to do when I started my channel. And it was November. November in Canada is cold, just FYI. So I came out here and I sat by the fire and I did a release ceremony in the dark on my old laptop where you couldn't hear me and you couldn't see me, and I was crying my face off. And it was very personal, like deep pain release, right? I had a bunch of people in the chat cheering me on and being extraordinarily wonderful and supportive, and I'm so grateful because I couldn't have done it without them. And I was an emotional wreck. And when it was done, I got up, I finished my live, and I walked into the kitchen and I made a steak dinner for myself and my husband. And it wasn't until like an hour or so later that I was like, wait a minute, did I just do that? Because normally when I get myself that upset, I have to like lay down, you know what I mean? Because like my emotions are so out of control. My anxiety is so high. The release and the relief from that release was instantaneous. It was the most awesome thing. There's really no other way to say it. I highly encourage anyone to try if you are holding on to stuff. And of course, not everyone has a fire pit. You don't have to burn it. You could rip it up. You could throw it in the garbage. You could, bury it outside or something like that. But you want to like take it out of your space, right? But I highly encourage anyone to do that. Okay, here we go. Well, that's okay, Rossi. You're here now, and I hope that you can watch some of it back on replay. If not, just enjoy the fire. Okay, So here we go, friends. We're going to start with Miss Tracy. All right. I'm sorry if I keep banging the laptop, you guys. Remember that I am outside. Liz says, I release being blind to being disrespected and discounted. Will listen to my gut when it speaks the truth. Yeah. I'm sorry that you feel that you've been disrespected or discounted. That's never a good feeling. I thought I set these up well, and I now realize that I did not. I didn't give myself enough room. I got this new Oracle deck. Now, it's not a new deck to anybody. It is a new deck to me, meaning it's not a new release. But I'm loving it. Hi, Jill. Oh, you have a mini cauldron? That's cool. I mean, even if you have some sort of a fireproof container, I've done it inside at my desk when it's been raining. I have like a little metal candle holder that I got from IKEA. And I've burnt in there, but make sure that you do it in a safe way, right? You know, make sure you have a fire extinguisher and your smoke alarms are on, right? You don't have to burn it if it's unsafe to do so. Wow, Tracy. Okay, so here's what I got for you. Actually, I'm going to get one more card. You know, because I just can't stop myself. Hello? Can I just tell you guys how hard it is to shuffle on your lap outside in the dark? Don't try this at home, friends. Kidding. Okay. So the first card that I've got for you, Tracy, is, can you see that okay? You've got talk less, feel more. Okay? That is from the Manifestation deck. From the Spellcasting Oracle, I have, can you see that? Psychic abilities. Sorry, the glare is so bad because I've got this bright, silly light here. Psychic abilities. And the third card, and this is interesting to me, and I'm intuitively reading this. I'm not reading this as the card is. We have got man holding a coin. So talk less, feel more. Psychic abilities, and a man holding the coin. I almost feel like something is holding you back. Now, I don't think that it is a man with a coin, but I think that there is something that is holding you back from releasing your full potential in terms of your gift, whether that be to the world or just to yourself. It's almost like there's this constant battle of belief, for lack of a better word. And I want you to try to do what the card suggests, and that is just allow yourself to feel it. It doesn't matter if you say it out loud. It only matters how you feel in your heart, right? I hope that makes sense. That's what I got for you, Tracy. So maybe consider that while setting some intentions tonight or in the next couple of days. All right, we have Lady Silver And Lady Silver would like 2 cards. You're welcome, Tracy. Oh. You had 2 cards come out there, Lady Silver. So, the first card that you have, beautiful. All right. So the first card that you have out is, can you see that? The 4th chakra and Archangel Raphael. So the 4th chakra is your heart chakra. Leos are all about the heart. Leos, this season is about the heart chakra. This moon, because it's in Leo, is about the heart chakra. Notice how he has his suit of armor on to protect him. So, come from a place in your heart, whether that means speaking your heart's desires, your heart's passions, whether that means protecting your heart, whether that means listening to your heart. Only you know what that means for you. But as the card that I pull often says, if you listen to nothing else but you listen to your heart, it's never going to steer you wrong. It's always going to tell you the truth. Just thought I'd throw that in for good measure. We've got reflect on your priorities. And we have think it through. Now, what I think that this is trying to say is that we all have the list, the proverbial list on the fridge of all the things that we have to do, all the things that are important to us, all the things that we think are necessary, right? The proverbial checklist. This is asking you to revisit that checklist and figure out what really is necessary, what really is a priority, right? It's asking you to reflect on that list so that you're not focusing all of your energy, all of your intentions, all of your attention on things that you don't need to be focused on, for lack of a better way to put it. Right? So, tune into your heart. What is it that you want? What is it that matters to you? What is it that you feel? Those kinds of things, right? And those are your priorities, and that's what you should be thinking about. I feel like the message is, if you go through your list from that mindset, that you may actually be able to reduce the list a little bit or change the list so that it works better or works differently, if that makes sense. Yes, I know. Aren't the crickets lovely? So I hope that makes sense, Lady Silver. I thank you kindly for asking for the cards. Thank you for being here. All right, Miss Karen, here we go. Listen, if you guys see a raccoon or a skunk behind me, let me know, okay? Because we have so many skunks here. It is ridiculous. And I think it was last night that I had the door open and I smelt it. Oh, it was brutal, you guys. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly freaking out. I should release that. I do want to let you guys know that, so on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on with, I will be on with Marina from Heart Center Tarot on her channel at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back here on my channel with Chrissy from Footprint Tarot. And we're going to do a deep dive into the Church of Scientology. not to get distracted from what we're doing here, but I have a couple of theories about the mega Republican cult sort of vibe that everyone keeps talking about, and the Church of Scientology. In my personal opinion, for entertainment purposes only, they seem very similar in their the way that they follow, right? And so I think that that's going to be a really interesting show. Also, there's this whole lawsuit that Leah Remini just started. So anyways, tune in for that if you're interested. Okay, so the first card is out for you, Karen. Oh, that one flew out. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, Rosie knocked my drink over earlier today and spilt it all over my tarot cards. I'm kind of freaking out. All over my light seer deck. Of course, all the cards that I had on the table are laminated, and the light seer deck is not. And I'm kind of freaking out that my cards are going to be ruined. All right. Wow. Okay. So, I pulled one tarot card for you, Karen. I've got the High Priestess. Okay. Can you see that okay? Whoops. Where's the camera, Kelly? High Priestess. So the High Priestess is all about the moon. She's about psychic ability. She's about secrets, but she's also about patience. She's about your intuition. She's about wisdom, your inner wisdom, right? On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Seven of Wands. So you may be feeling slightly challenged. And that is an opportunity for you to align yourself, to manifest, to sort of ground and center yourself, right? To bring yourself back to your center, right? Two cards that I pulled for you. Oracle, we've got, I love this. We've got, can you see that? You are very close to achieving your goal. So speaking of the patience factor, right? Listen to your gut and be patient. Everything happens in divine timing, right? And if you allow yourself to leave it up to the universe, and say, like, I accept this, and whatever else is going to happen is up to the universe, and I will let it guide me along that path, you got nothing to worry about. And I think that we've got the Psychic Abilities card coming out again. And so I think that like, deep down inside, you know this. But for some reason, you're getting inside your head. Perfectly human emotion, right? You're getting inside your head, and you're sort of having a battle in your mind about, how this is going to go, or why this is going this way, or whatever. Like, it's like you're outmaneuvering yourself. But really what you're doing is undermining yourself. You're self-sabotaging yourself. So release what you can't control. Focus on what you can do by centering yourself and aligning yourself. And leave the rest up to the universe and enjoy the journey. It's not always about the outcome, right? I live in the smallest town, you guys. We have no traffic light here. And literally, you would never know it with all the flipping noise that we have in this neighborhood. I just had to say that. All right, I need a sip. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I wish that's what it was, Faye. No, I was live last night, and I mean, I've had the raccoons and the skunks come right up to the door. Like, it's brutal. You're very welcome, Karen. All right. Who's next? Miss Cheyenne. The lovely Miss Cheyenne. All right. And by the way, I do want to mention that,
You're the best husband in the world?
yes, I do have the best husband in the world. I'm just kidding.
really.
That if anybody is interested in booking a private reading with me, I do them by donation only, so whatever you can afford, and the information is in the description box below. I don't say that often enough, I'm told, so there, I've said it. All right, let's pull some cards for Miss Sonia, or Miss Cheyenne, sorry, not Miss Sonia. I'm looking at Sonia's name in the chat and saying Miss Sonia when I should be looking at my screen with Cheyenne's name on it. Sorry, Cheyenne. All right, here we go. Can't have Rosie out here by the fire because she doesn't like the fire. And who could blame her, really? So Mark's inside on doggy duty. I can't believe it. I'm shuffling these cards like nobody's business, and I'm getting the same cards over and over again. I will say that that is something that I find really interesting as a reader, that oftentimes there can be like a reoccurring theme in the evening or the day or whenever you're doing the readings. Oh, by the way, friends, Monday, my niece is going to join us again on Monday night. I'm very excited. I love it when she comes to visit. And we're going to be talking about how we strengthen our intuition. So we're going to do some exercises to do that. So I hope that you guys can tune in for that. So the first card out for you, Cheyenne, is trust. Easy word to say, great word to spell, not so easy to do. Okay? Trust. The second card that you have out is, again, this card here of the Archangel Raphael and the fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra. Remember what I said before, if you can't listen to your heart, if you can't trust your heart, right? And the third card that you have, trust the universe. So the same kind of vibration as we had with Karen, although a little bit different for you, Cheyenne, in terms of, I feel like you're more like dipping your toe in the waters, if you know what I mean. That's totally okay. But if you're intimidated or trepidatious about something, you have no reason to be. Because we are all protected. The universe has your back. And if you trust in the universe, really what you're saying is, I trust myself. I trust myself that I know what I'm doing. I trust myself to navigate, right? Trust myself to make decisions, to hold myself a certain way, etc., 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 right? When you trust, you're literally lifting your vibration up because you're opening yourself up. Sort of in a, like, I'm exposing myself, right? I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable as opposed to being locked in with, protection or boundaries around me. And boundaries are great as long as they're healthy and helpful. But for your own person, you need to open up just a little bit more. Let the world see you. Hope that resonates. Hope it makes sense. That's what I got for you. And now we will go to our next person. I love my lightsabers. I hope it's okay too. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Kathy is up next. And here we go. Oh, Cheyenne, you're very welcome, my dear. Thank you so much for the feedback. Listen, I just deliver the message that Spirit gave me, so I'm glad that it resonates. I'm glad it makes sense. All right, Miss Kathy. Whoa. Holy manolies. All right, so we have 2 cards that came out. 5 fell out, but that was my fault because I kind of messed that up. I'll pull one of these guys for you. Okay. I don't know if you're trying to do something, Kathy, if you've got a plan, if you've got, something that you're working on, something that you're trying to get off the ground, like a new idea, a new concept, and, starting in something new, right? We've got the 2 of Wands, making plans. So, sitting quiet with yourself and putting all your thoughts on paper and really trying to see where this goes, right? I feel like you're in the early stages. We've got the Page of Pentacles coming up next. This is making a thing happen. There's really no other way to say it, right? This is making a thing happen. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you want to happen. You know exactly how to achieve it. And it's telling you it's okay. That if you get it done, if you get after it. Bye, Lady Silver. Have a great night. Many blessings to you. You've got the 4 of Wands showing up. Celebration, joy, blessings, right? Connecting with your soul tribe, people of like-mindedness. The last card that I have is interesting because this is sort of where I got the vibe that you might not be fully embracing the potential of whatever this thing is that you might be working on or even considering. We've got trust. Now look at how pretty that card is. It's absolutely stunning. Again, remember the heart chakra for Leos, right? Remember the creativity of Leos. Remember the sort of innocence and the child sort of like approach to a situation. What is the worst thing that's going to happen if this idea doesn't come to fruition? Doesn't come to fruition, but at least you know you tried, right? At least you can say at the end of the day, you know what? I did it. I tried it. I put myself out there. Got to trust in the process. So if you do have something that you're working on or that you're thinking about, give it a shot maybe. Because it looks like it's going to be fantastic for you, as long as you believe in it. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates. I thank you very much for the question, or for the request, whatever you want to call it. And we move on to Miss Sonia. Then we have Jess, and then we have Linda. Okay, Kathy says, I am starting a new job that I've worked hard to get, but I'm filled with self-doubt that I'm capable, so that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Blessings, my friend. Mark, I don't know what the heck you're typing, but Faces, that card would look wonderful poster size and on the wall, would it not? It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. The mosquitoes are brutal. They're flying all around my eyes, which is driving me crazy. Okay, what was that? Mark, get out here right now. Something is trying to get in the garbage can. Mark Foster, please come outside right now. Something is trying to get in the garbage can. Okay, sorry, Sonia. Focus. Holy. Who's going to pull cards for me? That's the question. I should have you guys do that one night. Would you guys think that was fun? You guys do readings for me? I don't know if it was the cats or if something's literally out here. Oh, gosh, this has been the worst summer ever for bugs and stuff. All right, Sonia. I know where we're going with this. Whoops, I banged the laptop yet again. Good grief. Down the side of that house, there's no light, and like you can't see anything. And all kinds of things are happening over there. All kinds of things. Listen, I used to be, like, I'm a camper. I used to go to the trailer by myself if I had some time off, and I'd sit out and have a fire all by myself in the middle of the campground in the dark during the week when there was no one else there. But in this neighborhood, I've never seen so many skunks or raccoons.
Never seen it yet.
Did you look?
Oh, here?
I don't see anything out there. He's on the wrong side of the house. I had one try to come in the screen when the first year we moved here. Literally, I was on the phone with my aunt, and it literally tried to come up through the screen into my office. Like, hey. All right, this is what we've got for you, Sonia. This is beautiful. I love this. Okay, so we've got, can you see that okay? Step out of your comfort zone.
You're probably hearing the apples fall off the tree.
Possibly, but it literally sounded like someone was like messing with the garbage can. So step outside of your comfort zone. The next card that we have for you is Faith. Now, whether stepping outside of your comfort zone means having faith in a person, in a situation, in yourself, I don't know. Or just in general terms that having faith that everything will work out as it should be. The next card is the first chakra in Archangel Michael. So your first chakra is your root chakra. It's your power seat. I am. Now, I am. Step outside of your comfort zone. So if you are telling yourself that you are not who you believe you are, if you're telling yourself that you can't do something that you know that you can do, if you're, negative self-talking or self-sabotaging yourself in any way, you have to develop a system of faith and really exercise that with your own personal self. You have to constantly work on who you are, what you're capable of, and why it's okay for you to believe in yourself, if that makes sense. That's what I've got for you, Sonia. So I hope that resonates. Hope it makes sense to you. I thank you for being here. Hi, Gypsy JJ. Yes, yeah, we definitely need emotion light. But like, we've got one on the house, one over there by the shed. So, actually, unfortunately, Ben has taken his channel down off of YouTube. So Ben is not on YouTube anymore. So no. To answer your question, Kathy. All right. Jess is next, and then Miss Linda. Here we go. You're very welcome, Sonia. Okay. I had a card that was flipped over inside of the deck, so I just replaced that. It didn't flip over. It was already turned over, if that makes sense. Those two cards, on the other hand, see that? Those were meant to come out. Okay. Jess, I'm not sure if you're having some difficulty at work or and maybe with family. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if you're not feeling appreciated or if you're feeling like left out, or I don't think it doesn't feel like a bad vibe. It just feels like you're feeling slightly off, or that something feels slightly off. Family. Okay. I've got the 8 of Pentacles, right? Working hard, mastering your craft, paying very attention to the details. Like, you're very focused, right? You care about what you say you're going to do, and you do everything that you can to make sure that you follow through with that. I have ashes in my hair. We've got the World card coming up. This is a completion, things coming to an end. It's joy, it's blessings, it's an achievement of some sort. And we've got the Strength card on the bottom of the deck. And below that, we've got the King of Pentacles. So that's what made me say, is it something to do with family? Okay. King of Pentacles is all about the energy of trying to provide a solid foundation for the people that they love, right? They are about, providing that secure and safe and solid foundation. And sometimes they will wear themselves out or throw themselves out the window just to be able to do that. The Oracle card that I've got is Boundaries. Sorry, you guys, the lighting is awful outside. Boundaries. Beautiful picture here, right? So protecting yourself in a way that allows you to do what you need to do and is true to you, but also being respectful to other people. And that doesn't, boundaries aren't a bad thing. Boundaries don't have to be, oh, I don't want to talk to you. It just means that you need to back up a little bit. You need to protect your energy. It's about you. It's not about anybody else, right? So, tapping into your inner courage, focusing on the job or the task at hand, right? And allowing yourself to see the blessings in that. In other words, don't take on other people's crap. Don't worry about if you say that you did something and you did your part, your job is done. You can't be the fixer for everyone, and you can't take on all of the responsibility for everyone, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm totally sort of seeing that, right? That you will sort of throw yourself at it. And if it doesn't get done by the people that said that they were going to get it done, that you will fill in. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted and they're still sitting there judging somehow. So just something to think about, okay? The fixer. Yeah. So something to consider on this new moon. Good night, Sonia. Thank you so much. Sonia said, I pulled for you, Kelly. Details, movement, follow the leader, and spirit of place from the Enchanted Map Oracle cards deck. This is the one deck I have wanted. Hope they resonates with you. Well, thank you very kindly, Sonia. That's very sweet of you. Many blessings to you for doing that. I appreciate that. And I hope that that makes sense, Jess. All right, Miss Linda, you are up on deck. All right, what does Miss Linda need to know tonight, Spirit? Gotta get myself inside. I'm tired, friends. 2 shows in one day. That's a lot. You're very welcome, Linda. Whoops. Gotta love it when they fly. Especially in the dark when you can't see them. Okay. Beautiful. I love it when the cards just sort of keep mimicking each other. Okay, so the first card that we've got is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I'm going to try and get it in full view here. We've got forgiveness. Look at the colors on this card. So this is what we were talking about last night. Taking your ownership back. Taking your power back. Not about righting a wrong, not about saying it's okay for anybody else. Just letting what no longer serves you go. Okay? Yeah, sure. Email it to me, Cheyenne. That's very kind of you, love. I'd love it. My email's in the description box below, by the way. The second card that I've got for you is Take a Breather. You see that okay? Take a breather. Literally. I feel like you're on this like constant hamster wheel of, and you know how I say this all the time about checking in with yourself. I feel like you're on a hamster wheel of checking in with yourself. And I don't mean literally like, how do you feel? How am I feeling? What am I thinking? How am I feeling? But I mean internally. Subconsciously sort of checking in with yourself, going like, ooh, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know, but that's like literally how I feel. So like, just pull back a little bit, step back, be okay with it. Like, be okay with the process, okay? I pulled these 2 cards and they both popped out, okay? We've got rest, take a breather, take a rest, calm down, do things that are kind to you, make you happy, make you feel good. Make sure that you're getting good night's sleep, that kind of thing. Illumination. Notice, look at it, matches your letter. Illumination. Your light is being dimmed by this constant, like, what was that? You know what I mean? And if you sort of let that go, do the forgiveness, just say, that's it. I'm not going to worry about this anymore because me worrying about this doesn't change a darn thing. right? And I'm going to just stand here and own this. A new start is coming. New moon. Make today be the day that you change the future, the forward. By setting an intention that I am not going to obsess, I'm not going to replay, I'm not going to hamster wheel, I'm not going to self-sabotage, whatever verbiage you want to put on it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my vibration high, and I'm going to focus on me. Because that's what's important to me. That's what I got for you. All right. It makes complete sense. Okay, so let me just back up here for a second, because I got a bunch of comments. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, great. Any question in particular, or just new moon energy? Whatever you want to give me, Cheyenne. I'm good for it. I thank you kindly. That's very sweet of you. Kathy says, I'm a mosquito magnet, so I'm not good outdoors or summer nights. I currently have a painful horsefly bite. Oh, they're the worst. Gypsy JJ said, yes, these cards have been coming out all day. Yeah, they have. Faye says, I have cards, but I find it difficult to understand what they are telling me. I can answer a yes-no question because I have pendulum. And Gypsy JJ says, same for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna, let's have a chat about that, okay? But I want to save some of that chat, some of this chat for the strengthening our intuition talk I'm going to have with my niece. Now, I am not a master reader. I don't consider myself a master reader. I think I'm a pretty good reader, but I don't think I'm a master reader, meaning I don't know everything that there is to know. I don't know that you ever know everything that there is to know, because you're always learning. There are days when you're going to pick up the Seven of Swords, for example, okay? And the Seven of Swords is about what? It's about betrayal. It's about deceit. It's about being paranoid, being cautious, looking over your shoulder, bumps in the night, stress. And it doesn't mean that at all based on the cards that are around it. Now, I would love to give you a concrete answer as to how you know that, how you get to the place where all of a sudden you look at the 4 or 5 or 6 or 3 cards and go, yes, I know exactly what this means. It is not something that I can really explain into words. All I can tell you is that I would encourage you to keep practicing. I would encourage you to keep an open mind, and for entertainment purposes only, don't shoot me for saying so. It is great to know the definitions of all the cards in terms of, so that you have a general basic knowledge of the meanings of them. All readers read differently, and some readers read intuitively. And some readers read visually, meaning you look at the pictures on the card and the picture is telling you a totally different story than perhaps maybe the actual definition of the cards, right? So what I'm saying to you is this. If you look at a card and you immediately feel something, you immediately sense something, you're allowing yourself in that moment to tune into that card based on the question that was asked, based on the cards that are around it. What does it say to you? There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. That's the most important part. There is no wrong answer. This brings up a point that I am going to make. And, oh, thank you, Cheyenne. You're very kind. This brings up a point that I wanted to make. So the other day I was in a chat and someone had put in there, oops, sorry, I did it again. God help us. Someone put in there that they had seen some video on TikTok, I think it was, where the person was basically, saying like, if you don't shuffle this way, and if you don't do this way, and if you do this, then basically they don't think that you're, a legitimate tarot reader. Let me just tell you that I feel some sort of way about that. There's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions that have never done this. That's my first thought. My second thought is you can get a lot of clickbait off of YouTube, TikTok, and other social media forums by saying stuff like that. We've all seen those videos. Ooh, I stopped watching tarot videos. But yet they have a video that has, 400,000 views or something crazy like that. Tarot readers, on the whole, I think, get a pretty negative rap. From the general, from the collective, from society. There are some people out there that are fake, or some people that are phony, or some people that are, not genuine. I'm sure, because that happens in every line of work. You have to always use your discernment when you are looking for a reader. And if the person resonates with you, if you like their vibe, if you like their style, and you feel that you can trust that person, you resonate with them, then, listen to them if that's what you choose to do. What I find is fascinating is that other people are putting these ideas into people's heads that you have to read a particular way, or you have to do something a certain way. It's just not so. Each of us is unique, and each of us is individual, and each of us is totally different. And we're not all going to read the same way, and we're not all going to intuit the cards in the same way. And you guys have all seen that if you think about it. If you think about all the shows that you've watched, and you have like 2 or 3 or 4 readers on the screen, and we could all pull the same cards and tell you a totally different story. And then there's days when we don't pull any of the same cards, and we're all in agreement, nodding our heads, going, yes, yes, yes. We are energies, right? We're energies, and we're picking up on the vibration of those energies, and the cards can sway that energy depending on if you're an intuitive reader, if you're a visual reader, if you're a total definition reader. I hear people saying about going by the guidebook. Every guidebook that you're going to pick up tells you a different meaning of a card. Doesn't mean it's wrong. That is their interpretation of the card that they made or created for their deck. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Right? So what I'm saying is trust yourself. Right? The best way that I can tell you to learn to be able to intuit or to interpret the cards in a way that makes sense to you is to practice. Whether you have a practice partner behind the scenes, or, you just go through the newspaper every day or something like that, and write down 5 questions and throw cards. Whatever you get, you got to trust it. Because who's going to tell you that it's wrong? Or who's going to tell you that it's right? Nobody. You've got to trust the process. When I sign up to come out here, I'm going live at 7, and I throw these cards. I don't know what's going to come out. I have no idea. I have to have trust in myself and trust in spirit that we have a solid connection, and that what you ask me is what they're going to give me that you need. And if I don't trust that process, I'm not going to sit here and put myself out there like that, right? So be a little more kinder to yourself in terms of, oh, I can't get this. It takes time. It doesn't happen. There's readers that have been reading for, 30, 20, 10 years and don't feel confident to read in front of others. And then there's readers that have been reading for 6 months and are like, yeah, let's do this. Right? Oh, stop it. The mosquito buzzing around my ear. I can't stand that. Kathy says, the tarot police love to dictate, don't they? You're spot on. Everyone has their own way of interpreting. Gypsy JJ says, we are all born with abilities that must be practiced. However, we are also born with certain gifts. 100%. And the other thing about that certain gifts, like, yeah, we all have certain gifts, and we can all, you can work on more gifts. You can open yourself up to experiencing different and new things, right? And all I'm trying to say is don't limit yourself by listening to someone else or another person's perhaps negative opinion. It's about how you feel, right? It's about how you feel, and I'm just trying to strongly encourage you. It's a very individual thing. I don't think that there's a right way or a wrong way. Like there's no right way or wrong way to shuffle cards. There's no right deck for the right thing. Everybody has their own ideas, and embrace that is what I'm trying to point at. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Embrace it. I don't know if that helps or not, but that's how I feel about that whole thing. Be yourself and be unique in the way that you do things. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to be the same as anybody. I want to be, I want to be unique. I want to be different. I want to be special. I want to be Kelly. And the only way that I know how to do that is just by embracing whatever spirit gives me. I remember the first time that I read for someone. I don't think that that's an experience that you forget. And I thought that I would be super nervous, and I wasn't. And I was so impressed by that afterwards when I reflected on, the moment and the feelings that I was experiencing and, just the interaction between us. I can tell you that when you read for a person, you feel really, you really sort of vibe with their energy. And that energy... Mark? Okay, something's out here. I gotta go inside. Something is definitely out here going inside. Hold on, you guys. Oh my God. Mark? I'm afraid it's going to jump out at me. Seriously, I don't know what it is, but I don't want no part of it. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the dark office. Hi. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Mark? Something was just like the wood on the side of the house, like the wood. Well, whatever it is, it's good. You know what I mean? So all my stuff is out there. My cards, my crystals, I have a cigarette going, everything.
Just relax.
Bear with me, friends, while I get my stuff. Well, whatever it is, it's annoying. Could you pass me my pop and the smoke that's going in there, okay? Please and thank you. You don't have to worry about the other stuff, just that right now. Thanks. All right. Okay, we're in the dark. Sorry. There's my big spaceship light. The lights just arrived today for the office, so we're looking forward to that. I'm going to switch you guys to that computer. Do you always have to do a full Celtic cross, or just pull out what you feel? I rarely do a Celtic cross. Faye. Rarely do a Celtic cross. You can do whatever you want. Like I said, and this is just my opinion for what it's worth, that there is no right way. And yes, the Celtic cross. Bear with me here, where I'm going to mute myself on this and. Thank you, honey, so much. Hi, everyone. Okay. Are you guys still with me? You can see me. You can hear me okay? Let me know. Got like ash in my hair and in my eyes and everything. Good grief. Can you guys still hear me? Because the chat's not moving, so I'm not sure if I'm still with you. Oh, there we are. Mark, you're sweetie. He absolutely is. So, no, you don't always have to do a Celtic cross. You can do whatever spread you want. And when you're first starting out, and other people may advise you differently, but my advice would be not to do a Celtic cross, because you're forcing yourself to interpret way too many cards. Like, start out easy with like 3 or 4 cards. That's much easier to try to interpret than, several cards. Yes, going inside was definitely a good idea. I have to fix my camera and lower it down. I had it set up so you guys could see, because I'm a dingbat and I put my chair rail too high. So when I came on last night going, "Ooh, look at my new office," nobody could see my wallpaper, which was the whole point of the whole thing. Anyway, yeah. So I would encourage you not to do a Celtic cross often, and just pull out 3 or 4 cards and start with that. Anybody else got any questions before we go? You were always getting lost, so you stopped. Yeah, and I mean, and that's totally understandable. There's a lot of cards to into it. It just individually in their spaces, right? In a Celtic cross or in a big spread, like a box spread or whatever, and it can go a little sideways on you if you're unsure. Another thing that helps is to have a tarot journal. You don't have to buy a specific book. You can just like use a notebook. And on the notebook, what you do is you write down the question, and then you write down the cards that you got, and allow yourself to like write down like how you are interpreting that card sitting next to that card, with that card following and that card on the bottom of the deck. Maybe you don't read the bottom card on the deck because everybody's different, right? But journaling about it, writing it down, having like a very big full picture of the reading will help you to really lock in and start to trust your intuition. And you will start to see a pattern forming, that you gravitate towards a certain way, or a certain color, or certain kinds of cards speak to you more than others, and you'll start to like pick up those things, those patterns. And that's totally okay, Tracy. You can listen, I'm not saying don't refer to the booklet. Refer to the booklet if that's what speaks to you. Because I do want to make this point, because this is important to me, that it is a huge responsibility and it's not to be taken lightly when you are tossing tarot cards for other people, right? If you're going to be giving a card to a person, or the meaning of a card to a person in a way of offering advice or guidance or support or whatever, it is a huge sense of responsibility, and you should make sure that you've done your homework and that you kind of know what you're doing, or feel that you are well versed, right? Whether that mean intuitively or whether that means you've studied the booklet. Like anything that you do, like you don't go to work at a dry cleaner and tell everyone, oh yeah, send me all your dry cleaning, and have no idea how to actually operate the machinery and run all the clothes, right? But when you read the booklet, just remember that each tarot card book is specifically designed for that tarot deck. Yep, and that's great, Linda. You can do a card a day to start. Absolutely, 100%. Pull yourself a card in the morning. So let's just say that we pick up this deck here that happens to be sitting on my desk. And that flew out, so I was meant to choose that. Wow, you guys, look at that. We have the leaves and the gradual shift. So if this is the card that I pull out tomorrow morning, and I leave this sitting somewhere, up on my shelf or something, and I keep looking at this and I keep thinking about, what does this mean? What does this mean to me? How does this make me feel? Do I intuit anything when I look at this? Do I feel some sort of way? Does a word pop in my mind? Does a color pop in my mind? Does an image pop into my mind? What does this card mean? Is it confirmation for something that I've already done or that I was already thinking? Is it an acknowledgement of something that I'm working on or that I'm trying to bring to fruition? Is it guidance because I'm literally like, I don't know why this is taking so long? Do you know what I mean? And allow yourself to really immerse in this card and the meaning of the card so that you start to get more comfortable with the way that you interpret things. It's a great way to build your confidence up. It's also super positive. Now, I didn't pull that card out for a reason. Spirit pulled that card for me because you've seen it pop right out, right? Gradual shift. It is a learning curve like anything else. You don't learn to drive overnight, right? You don't learn to cook overnight. You don't learn to read tarot overnight, despite what some people may say. You're always learning, you're always evolving, you're always adding and changing and subtracting and growing, and it's a gradual shift. It's a learning curve. So be kind to yourself. There is no right way, there is no wrong way, but it is your way and it is unique to you, and you have to be kind to yourself to navigate that journey to the best of your ability, right? Anybody else got anything else before we close out this session? I love that you're all still here. That's so nice. I'm hot. I have to take my sweater off now that I'm inside. Ooh. We have a Charlotte down there by the door. Here. What are you doing, sweetie? Waiting for the skunks? We have to keep the door closed, like, only open this much when it gets past a certain time of night, because Charlotte literally will go right through the screen. She's little, but she's mighty, I tell you that. She's a feisty little one, that girl. Aren't you, sweetheart? Hey, it's Mommy talking about you. You want to come visit? Come up here. Oh, you can't get up here because of all the cards. There you are. Hello, darling. Come and see Mommy. Come. Come. You don't often come and visit. You want to come visit? Come. She's like, no, that camera's on. I know it is. Come here. Charlotte, come. Hey, come. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Good girl. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Show everybody how cute you are. Look, 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 look. Say hello. Hello. Hello, pretty girl. Oh, hi, Quinn. Oh, now everybody's here. Hi, Quincy. Do you believe that these two are literally brother and sister? They come from the same litter. It's crazy to me. Hi, bud. Quincy's definitely my reading buddy. Charlotte is our curious cat. She's the investigator of the group. Quincy thinks that he's a barn cat, but he doesn't have the stamina for a barn cat because he likes to be comfortable. And Austin is just awesome. She's adorable, and they had a sister that had she has like the complete opposite. So her colorings are the same as Charlotte's, but on the complete, like they're reversed. It's like looking at a mirror image of each other. It's kind of freaky. I was allowed that I was it was impressive that I was able to bring two of them home. If I could have brought all three of them, I would have. But what I can't get over is how big Quincy is and how tiny Charlotte is. She's just a little wee thing, right? So I have my cards out here drying, and they feel okay. Thank you. They're not sticky or nothing like that. I had insomnia for like the last, I don't know, like leading up to my vacation. You guys, it was crazy. I was falling asleep at the weirdest times, and I could only sleep for like 4 hours. If I was lucky, that was like a full night's sleep for me. And I had been doing that for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was absolutely like exhausted. I was so tired. Like I would eat my dinner, and literally I was like, oh, I was out. So I sympathize with the insomnia. Try drinking some water before, like after dinner. Water helps to calm you down. You can try drinking some, some teas that are, sort of, like a chai tea or like a lavender tea kind of thing. Something very mellow, something that's meant to chill you out, right? Take a hot bath before you go to sleep. Put on some, read a book, put on some sort of, what do you call it? Sorry, the word escapes me, like the rain or waves or something like that to help you sort of, or help to encourage you to sort of fall asleep. Don't do what I do. I just get up and eat. That's a true story. I do. I don't know why I do that, but anyway. That's another story for another show, friends. All right, friends. I think we're going to call it quits. Kelster is tired. Aw, I'm sorry, Kathy. It's terrible to be in that mode. I mean, like I said, I mean, not because I know what it feels like, but because you just don't ever feel like, you know what I mean? You just always feel like you're dragging your behind, and I don't think that there's a worse feeling, in terms of just like feeling like lethargic, you know what I mean? Like you just, like your get up and go has gone and went and forgot to take you with it.
after you don't ever quite feel 100% rested. Nighty night, Faye. That's good advice. Faye's daughter drinks sleepy time tea and she watches ASMR videos. I love it. I'm having another smoke. What do I have to do? Oh, good night, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys so very much. I hope you guys can tune in on Friday. And of course, don't forget that the daily videos are up every day. The weekend video is coming up on Friday. You know, I spend a lot of time doing those, and I don't want to not do them. I appreciate everybody who pays attention and watches those and, you know, leaves a comment and a thumbs up. And I'm painfully behind in answering the comments, but that's because I was on vacation. But I will get there. I will get caught up. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate all of you so very much. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I hope that you get some sleep, Kathy, and I hope that you found this helpful tonight in terms of the new moon and just being able to, you know, create your own sort of ritual that will help you go through a new moon in a way that's you know, meaningful and that resonates with you. Good night, Jess. All right, friends, we're going to call it. We're going to say good night. Have a wonderful evening. I wish you many, many, many blessings. And until we see each other again, mwah. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Appreciate you all.